I've been to several Freakniks. 94 was one that I attended.
Ooh.
So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence.
Oh. She says she's been to multiple Freakniks. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a multiple Freakniks. You gonna ask Jesus to be a fence now? He should have been the fence before. You probably wasn't even went to the Freaknik then. You have to let your kids know what you've been through so they won't go through the same stuff that you went through. What's good? Listen, the 94 Freaknik. Listen, it's about to be shown on Hulu and all over the globe. So if you're not ready, then you need to get ready. People are coming out saying, hey, I do not want this to be showed on Hulu or to anybody around the globe. Why? Why? I don't understand why. One thing about it is these people that were in these videos, you have to understand that they were young at that age. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. We're about to watch one video and I'm gonna just chop it up and I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel about the whole video. Let's get right into it.
Y'all, I don't know. We might be in trouble. Did y'all see Hulu is about to release a documentary about 94 Freaknik? Yes. 1994 Freaknik. Yes. They are about to release a documentary. So, I'm just now. I've been to several Freakniks. 94 was one that I attended. So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence. I'm praying that Jesus just be a big, tall privacy fence. That's my prayer. This Easter, this Good Friday. That's my prayer. So, I will say this though. I will say this. Like when they would bring out those video cameras and start recording, I immediately removed myself from the that situation. I never ever was okay with being recorded out there. So hopefully that worked to my benefit, but you never know. You never know. So the only thing I got is if you see your girl in the documentary, hey man, at least I'm fully clothed. At least all my clothes is on. That's all I got. That's the best I got. But yeah, y'all, they about to put our business out in the street. Some of us might be on TV. So get your parental controls together and I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
And one thing that the older people need to understand, obviously this happened like 20 plus years ago, 20 years ago, whatever the case may be. But one thing that y'all have to understand before I dive deep is this, right? Y'all was young. Y'all was living y'all life. So at the end of the day, right, I'm not going to fault you and say that you was out of line for doing what you was doing because that made you the person that you are today, right? Whether you was a thought then, you are a different type of person now, we all evolve.
Y'all, I don't know. We might be in trouble. Did y'all see Hulu is about to release a documentary about 94 Freaknik?
She's saying, and she's proven already before she even seen the documentary that she's guilty, but that's just how I feel. I'm not judging her for what she did, but she's already assuming that there may be some footage of her.
Yes. 1994 Freaknik.
94,
Yes. They
yeah.
are about to release a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just now. I've been to several Freakniks. 94 was one that I attended. So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence.
Oh, she says she's been to multiple Freakniks. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a multiple Freakniks. You gonna ask Jesus to be a fence now? He should have been the fence before. You probably wasn't even went to the Freaknik then. So, but what I'm trying to tell you is that you evolve into the person that you are today. However y'all feel about this video, it is what it is. But what I'm trying to tell you is the person that I am today is not the same person who I was 10 years ago. let alone 20 years ago. Like I said, you have to let your kids know what you've been through so they won't go through the same stuff that you went through, right? And even if they do go through it, well, at least you know what I'm saying, at least told them exactly what happened, not down to the T, but at least you kept it up front with them so they would know. And so they can, you know what I'm saying, move accordingly. And that's just what it is. Let's get to it.
I attended. So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence. I'm praying
Mm-hmm.
that Jesus just be a big, tall privacy.
You know what I'm saying? You can ask them for all of that. But you knew the life that you lived when you were at that age, right? Whether you was a thought, whether you was focused, whatever the case may be. You knew where you was at. I don't know where you was at. That's why I live my life and you live your life. But at the end of the day, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with that.
Fence. That's my prayer. This Easter, this Good Friday. That's my
Good
prayer.
Friday. Okay.
So, you
Okay.
know, I will say this though. I will say this. Like when they would bring out those video cameras and start recording, I immediately removed myself from the that situation. I never ever was okay with being recorded out there.
I understand that a lot of people don't like to be recorded. And it's just because they like, okay, well, how do I look in this scene? How do I look? You know, I'm not up to par. I don't feel like I'm camera ready. But what was it that you were doing to the point to where you didn't want to have the camera on you? That's the question. At least she came forward and said, like, hey, you know, I really don't want this out. You know, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna be on there. You have to let your children know where you came from and where you're at now and how you got to where you're at, because the only way for you to get to this point to where you're at right now is through what? Through experience, right? So I'm not faulting her for doing what she did, because at the same time, when I was young, I was reckless. So y'all remember the young and the restless? No, I was young and reckless. Don't play with me. I was reckless. And I'm not old neither. You know what I'm saying? But I was reckless. You feel me? So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you young, you do stuff that your parents don't approve of. You do stuff that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You going based off of how you feel. You know, but when you get older, it's not about how you feel. It's not about that. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than all of that. So, but at the same time, it's like I appreciate her for coming forward and being the one to be like, you know what? Y'all might see me out here. So I'm letting y'all know right now, don't get to judging. Like this lady right here, I can see, and I'm just going based off of how I see her and how she's, you know what I'm saying, presenting herself to the world, right? She's a person that, you know what I'm saying, that definitely did evolve. She didn't pass away, so she wasn't really like doing no crazy stuff, but at the same time though, everybody has a past, and that's one thing that you have to understand. We have to evolve and we have to move forward.
Okay with being recorded out there. So hopefully that worked to my benefit, but you know, you never know. You never
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Yeah.
the only thing I got is if you see your girl in the documentary, hey man, at least I'm fully clothed. At least all my clothes is on. That's all I got.
So look, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? She came forward and she told her truth about the whole situation, not the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Because if it come out on the documentary that she was getting loose, and I done heard a lot of things about the Freaknik, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm nowhere near Atlanta. I'm nowhere near there. That's one thing about it. And I was young, and I was like, listen, I want to go. My whole anticipation when I was younger, I was like, listen, when I get 20, when I get 8, soon as I hit 18, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta to the Freaknik, right? But soon As I heard that they shut it down, I was heated. I'm like, bro, what? I can never experience this. Luckily, in my city where I'm at, which I will not disclose, but where I'm at, they had something like the Freaknik. But one thing about it, it was every weekend on the island. Yes, every weekend. If you know the island, drop it down below. Because look, every weekend it was like that. Every single weekend. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their drink. Everybody had this. Everybody had that. It was a car show. It was any and everything you could imagine right there in one spot, and you didn't have to pay $1. At the end of the day, I'm gonna just put it like this: she lived her life, right? She lived her life when she was young, and she's still living her life, and she's healthy from what I see, and she's doing her thing from what I see, and she's smiling. Let me go back to it, right? She's smiling, she's happy, she looks healthy. So what I'm trying to say is this: never judge a book by its cover, because what you will see in these videos of her, if she do get exposed, you can see the raunchiest thing in that video, and it's her. But what it is this: she's not that person anymore. So young folks, listen to this: people definitely evolve. You know, her, I'm not saying she's old at all. You know what I'm saying? She might have a little bit of gray coming in, but at the end of the day, this was 20 years ago. You have to understand, 20 years versus 1 year. Everybody trying to elevate within 1 year. People trying to be millionaires within 1 year. Understand this: this is 20 years, 20 plus years. When this documentary dropped, um, don't go out here judging people what happened, based on what happened in the past. But if you got any videos that you want me to react to, send it to the Instagram. I'm gonna send it to y'all right now. Listen, it's your boy Jay. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.